Good morning. Today I am going to explain about the credit rating agencies in India. These agencies will provide the rating for the securities of different companies. There are more number of rating agencies. In today's class, I will explain about the Crisil, ICRA and CARE. These one of the main or major rating agencies in the stock market. Let me explain about the Crisil. It's called as a Credit Rating Information Services of India, and it was earlier called as a Credit Rating Agency, and it was promoted jointly by ICICI Limited and UTI. Apart from these two, LIC, Asian Development Bank, HDFC Banks, GIC and several foreign and Indian banks also contributed to the capital of Crisil. The main objective of Crisil was to provide the credit rating. Apart from this, it also assumed the objectives of except the main objective. There are other objectives of the Crisil. One of them is enabling the companies in mobilizing the funds or assisting investors in making investment decisions, providing a market mechanism, and maintaining discipline and healthy growth of capital markets. These are the other objectives of Crisil. It became public in the year 1993, and in 1996 it formed a strategic alliance with the S&P rating group. The symbols of a credit rating agency, symbols of a Crisil are like AAA, AA. AAA signifies that highest safety, means through that you can take the decision of investment. A AA signifies that high safety. So whenever any security, financial instruments of any company, if it carries AAA, then it signifies that it highest safety, where there is a safer for your investment amount. And double A signifies high safety and A signifies adequate safety. Like that, see, it is NM is called as not meaningful, D is a default, substantial risk is for C, and B is called as a high risk. So in whenever B carries, whenever any financial instruments, if it carries a B grade as per the Crisil, then it is better to avoid the investment on that particular securities. The functions of the Crisil is, one of the function is a credit rating services. It provides the rating services based on the liquidity and capability to make timely payment and safety of investment. And it also provides other services like rating of debt securities, like debentures, or rating of real estate development projects, or rating of money market instruments, bank loan rating, and rating of collective investment schemes, or grading for healthcare institutions, or like that. It gives the rating for different financial instruments. So that's called as a rating services. And another function is a advisory service. It works as an advisory board. It provides advisory service to the different companies. It means it involves formulating strategies for new projects and reducing their risk levels. Or the main focus area is energy, transport, banking and finance, or urban infrastructure, or valuation of disinvestment and privatization. In that sector, they will provide the advisory to the investors. And even they provide the advisory services to the state government or the municipal authorities or any port trust. So even for the other government bodies also, they will provide the advisory services. So that's about the advisory service. So it works as a advisory service. And another function is a research. Research means it establishes a subsidiary called as a Crisil Research and Information services. It has its own subsidiary body called as a CRIS, that is a Crisil Research and Information Services, which will conduct research in mainly four important areas like Indian economy or Indian capital markets or Indian industries and Indian corporate sector. They will in that sector it will do the research and then it will give the information to the members of that particular Crisil, or that will be published in their website. It has a huge client base comprising investment bankers or commercial banks and financial institutions and mutual funds. Like that, there are a lot of clients or lot of customers who follow the guidance or rating system of the Crisil, or who will follow research, or who will get the information of the Crisil which has been made through the research of the Crisil. And another information is a dissemination of another function is a dissemination of information. It means it is another subsidiary called of the Crisil is a Crisil Market Wire. Is that the another subsidiary body of Crisil is a Crisil Market Wire. So that will provide information about the stock market or to the different clients of the Crisil, as well as it will collect the information from different sources, and then they will analyze it, and then they will publish it in their website, and they will send it that information to their clients or to the customers, or those who are interested, those who are the followers of the Crisil. They can collect the information. So that's called as a dissemination of information. For that they have their own separate body, and it act as, or it function as indexing services also. It provides indexing services also. So indexing services it provides in collaboration with the NSE as well as a Standard and Poor, that is S&P, and it compiles general and sector wise indices. So it will provide the indexing services with the NSE as well as S&P. And compiled services means after considering all the indices of the different stock market, then they will provide the services. It has its own index like a Crisil 500 equity or index, or a Crisil mid cap 200 equity index, or Crisil MNC index. Like that, there are a lot of indices of Crisil. Through that also you can take the decision of investment. So these are the functions of the Crisil. So it will act as a credit rating services, advisory service, research and dissemination of information, as well as indexing services. So that is called as a functions of the Crisil, and it is a first uh, rating agency in India. The first credit rating agency in India was a Crisil, and it's called as a Credit Rating Information Services of India. Through that, through the rating provided by this Crisil, you can take the decision of investment. So that's about the Crisil. The next rating agency is CARE. CARE is called as a Credit Analysis and Research Limited. It was incorporated in the year 1993, and it was promoted by IDBI jointly with other financial institutions, public sector banks as well as private finance companies. And it mainly focused towards credit rating businesses. The main focus of the CARE is related to the credit rating businesses, and the generally it offer more number of services like rating services or credit reports or valuations or credit appraisal or a review debt market. These are the other services which are offered by the CARE. And in 1994, it commenced the publication of CARE View, a quarterly journal of CARE ratings, where it will provide details about the financial instruments. The functions of CARE are credit rating. The functions of all the rating agencies are common, but only differ in case of analysis, in case of information, or in case of the collection of data. Now, one of the function of the CARE is a credit rating. So it mainly provides the rating to all types of debt instruments like for the debentures or the bonds, and generally it will provide the rating for the debentures or the bonds whenever it is in the form of long term and in the long term nature, and also it will provide the medium rating for medium term financial instruments for fixed deposits or for the any financial instruments like commercial papers or certificate of deposits. For these instruments also they will provide the rating, but mainly it will provide the rating for the debt securities like debentures or the bonds. The next function, advisory services. So it will provide advisory services to the clients. The mainly it includes securitization or about the structuring financial instruments or about financing infrastructure projects or related to the finance of municipal corporations. So in these sectors or in these areas, it will provide the advisory services to the clients. And next function is the information services. So it act as a provider of information to the members or to the clients or to the customers of that particular agency. The information like high net worth individuals like mutual funds or investment companies or NRIs, they need lot of information about the particular companies or the industries. So whenever to these class of high net worth individuals, they will provide the information about the companies or about the industries, and also it collects the information continuously from the global market and global market as well as about from the local market, and then they will analyze it and makes it available to each and every persons, or makes it available to the users or to the clients of that particular rating agency. And next function is equity research. It conduct research relating to the equity also, and it whenever you go for research about the equity means they have to collect in detail information about the company, means about the fundamental strength of the company or maybe about the quality of the management and other things, both all the factors related to the company to be collected, and then they can give the information about the equity of the particular company. So both for the listed as well as for unlisted company they will provide the service. Next another function is it act as a publication. Another function, uh, all the rating agencies they will provide the publication services, like even in case of care also it has two publication. The first one is a rating reckoner which contains the rating of the securities, and another one which one I told in the beginning also, the care review is the another rating agency. So it is a quarterly bulletin comprising the latest ratings given by the uh, rating agency. So publications is an update in case of the global market or about the stock market and about the global economy. Through that, the investors can take the decision of investment. So that's all about the CAD. The next rating agency is ICRA, is another credit rating agency. ICRA is called as Information and Credit Rating Services, and it has been promoted by IFCI Limited, and it's the main promoter. And there are other promoters like UTI and other banks, LIC, GIC, Exim Bank, HDFC. These are the other promoters. And it was started in the year 1991, and it provides rating, information and advisory services ranging from the strategic consulting to risk management and regulatory practices. The main objective of ICRA are to assist investors, both individual and institutional, in making well-informed decisions. So it will assist or help, or it provide advisory services mainly to the institutions as well as to the individuals. And other functions of ICRA are credit rating services. It provide a credit rating to debt instruments, mainly for the debentures or the bonds, and issued by the different companies or the any commercial banks as well as the other financial institutions. and it will also assess the companies whenever they are taking a line of credit from the banks, and corporate governance rating is also given to the companies based on its study, and the study covers the corporate practices in protecting the interest of the stakeholders like shareholders or the creditors or employees or customers, the government and society. So it provides, and in total you can say that it provides the ratings to the different financial instruments of different companies. And next one is it act as advisory services. As like earlier I told, it's these functions are common for rating agencies who only differ in case of their analysis. So advisory services includes like risk management practices, or about regulatory practices, or about the strategic consulting, or about systems installation or business models. In these sectors, they will advise the clients either to the individuals or to the institutional investors. And another function is information services. This comprises industry specific publications or information about the global economy or about the stock market. The publication touches like earnings prospectus, or about the risk analysis, or equity grading, or it may be related to equity assessment, or investment information, corporate review, or about the money or the finance. So in these all sectors, they will provide the informations to the clients. So information in total about the economy, about the local economy, as well as about the global economy. With that, about mainly about the stock market. These are mainly ratings agencies are mainly will provide the guidance or help to the investors, those who are involved in case of, especially in case of stock market, and even for the financial institutions. So these are the different rating agencies of India, and which is as per your syllabus. Except this, there are a lot of rating agencies which is not required for our concept. So about the Crisil, CARE and ICRA are, these are the important rating agencies as per your syllabus. Thank you very much.